ones, empaths, you've got to understand one thing, right? From the very beginning, the narcissist plotted on you. They plotted on you so badly, and they schemed on you, and they come across you, and they saw someone who was full of life, and this aggravated them. They saw that you had such pure energy. They saw that you were full of life, and this upsets them, this irritates them when they see someone and they're thinking that you're naive at the same time. They're thinking, this person's naive. Look at them wandering through life blissfully unaware that there's people like me in the pathways, right? So from the very beginning, no matter about the love bomb and all of that was used as a tool of deception. You know, all of the lies they told you, all of the I love you, all of the I love yous, that was used as a tool of deception. And they basically wanted to destroy you from the very beginning. The more that you helped them, the more that you supported them, the more that you loved them, the more they wanted to destroy you. And you have to have this imprinted in the forefront of your mind, right? They were never your lover. The narcissist aims to destroy you. They were never your lover. They were never your companion. They were never your soulmate. They were nothing but a counterfeit sent your way for your destruction. There's people like this that roam the earth. They roam the earth wanting to bring misery into others because it regulates their emotions and stimulates them. It stimulates them and makes them feel good about themselves if they can bring misery to others. That's basically how effed up they really are. You know, they literally they prowl around the earth searching for people who they can destroy. Now, if you weren't full of energy and full of love and life and all of that, they wouldn't have picked you. They pick people who they think that they can destroy. But it's like a double-edged sword. They don't realize that we can be kind, we can be loving, we can be caring, we can be empathetic, but there's also a dark side to us that they're unaware of. So just because we show them that side of us, where we're so pure and honest and loving and loyal, they don't really understand the severity of the situation that will happen by them getting involved with us, because we start to occupy such a space in their mind, soul and body. As much as they consume us, and I'm not denying they consume all of our energy, right? I'm not denying that. But we also consume them. They become blinded with, at the forefront of their minds is destruction. So while they're sitting there planning and wanting to destroy you, and all you're doing is offering love in return and kindness, you're actually ascending. You're actually evolving. You're actually becoming a better person. You know, it's not wasted, this love that you poured into them. I know it's like a bottomless bucket with holes in it or whatever, and our energy doesn't go anywhere and they just soak it up like a sponge, right? But what I'm saying is, on the grand scale of things, on the higher scheme of things, you're doing good deeds. Those deeds are recognized, and that will pay. You know, you're not building up a debt of bad behavior. You know, you'll have karma that comes your way to help you. You'll have God that comes your way to help you and assist you by you being like this. And this is what I'm saying is, them sitting there all that time, some of us were with them for years, decades even. And through the whole course of this, they made us their primary target. Right? They made us their primary target to seek and destroy. That's the whole object that was in their mind. That's why when you got into arguments with them, they weren't reciprocating what you're saying. There's no reciprocity in the relationship. You know, there's no understanding. And we could never figure this out during the course of it. During the course of the relationship, we could never figure this out. It was like, you know, we might have even called them out. I remember me calling them out saying, you don't reciprocate what I'm saying. You don't reciprocate what I'm saying. The amount of times I actually said those words. You don't reciprocate what I'm saying. I used to utter that so many times. But little did I know that there was just a person on the other side of me that was deliberately not reciprocating what I'm saying. That was deliberately not showing understanding and, you know, give and take and all of that. They wasn't offering none of that. They was just deliberately not reciprocating what I'm saying because they felt like they're losing control. They felt like they're losing power. And this is why we actually become an awful challenge for them. This is why a lot of the discards happen. We become more of a challenge for them than they can bear. Because it's nice having a chosen one and an empath in your life. But when you come to try and push them around, and we eventually start to defend ourselves, and we mirror them back as well. We mirror them back to higher degrees. We mirror them back, their behavior. Onlookers will actually start to think that we're the abuser. Like, people will start to... This is why they're able to do smear campaigns, because their abuse is so covert, right? Whereas our mirroring back to them is more or less overt. Like, you can see it, you know, because we're just pure, we're just honest, we're just true. So when they're acting a certain way with us, we'll act a certain way back. But their one's done so covertly that onlookers will actually start to think this is why they're able to do these smear campaigns, and they're able to tell people, oh, they was the one that was abused, they were the one that went through the trouble and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're able to do that because they're covert. A lot of them are covert. A lot of these narcissists we deal with are covert. But you've got to understand that it is very covert. Like, who gets into it? You just got to think how dusty and how weird these people are. Like, they actually seeked us out, right? They thought, right, I'm going to pick this person to be my primary source of supply, and I'm going to destroy them. I'm going to destroy them. That's what they had in their minds. And this is why you need to always get over the fact. You need to always get over the fact that this person was your soulmate. Like, if you still think that this person in your life that abused you in this way was the person who you're destined to be with, right? Then you need to change your mind state. This person was aiming to destroy you. They were just aiming to break you down bit by bit, chip away this, chip away that, and break you down to your nothing, to nothingness. That's what they wanted to do. But we've got the Spirit of God, and we've got the strength and the resilience from God, from the universe, to withstand this torment. You see, some of us reacted in certain ways that scared the narcissist. And that's like the reactive abuse. Some of us, as I've mentioned many times before, there's a lot of chosen ones and empaths that have ended up in mental institutions, psych wards, prison, stuff like this, because they've reacted in a certain way to the narcissist one day. They've lashed out, right? Because of all the abuse they've been taking, they've reacted one day. And we have to be blessed that we didn't react in a certain way that ended us up in the same position. We have to be thankful that we didn't end up in, at least some of us have faced courts and we might have been arrested and things like this, but maybe it hasn't, maybe we was found not guilty, or you know, the judge was able to see through the lies and the deception of the narcissist, or even if certain people have restraining orders put on them or things like that, then at least you're free from the narcissist, you know? At least you're free from the narcissist. Because that's one thing, they need us more than we need them. That's the main thing you got to understand. So even when the discard happens or stuff like that, like, they're never really truly done with you. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But if you can really internalize, like really envision this and say, this person was never my soulmate. They were never my lover. They were never my companion. They were aiming to destroy me. They were aiming to break me down bit by bit. The love that you shared or intimacy that you had was just done as fuel for their supply. Or ways to control you. Them playing hot and cold with you. Sometimes they're into you, sometimes they're not. You know, they do this stuff to control you. And that's why I often talk a lot about refraining from intimacy, especially if you're meeting new people. If you're abstaining from being intimate with people so quickly, it gives you the superpower. Because when I look back at my time with the narcissist, I was a slave to my desires. Like, I just wanted to release, you know. So they had control over me. Whereas now the person that I am, it don't matter what you look like, you know. You could be whoever, you know, it doesn't matter who you are. I'm on my focus now. Like, unless you're internally a good person and you've got certain character traits that I'm looking for, then I'm not even going to entertain that. And that's why I would often say that sometimes, I mentioned in my video yesterday about the season of solitude that we go through. We go through this particular season of being alone to teach us about being alone. And being alone is a superpower. Yeah, I know you might think, oh, what do you mean being alone is a superpower? But it honestly is, because when you can handle life alone, you'll realize that so many of these people that were in your life previously, even, you'll look back in retrospect and you'll realize, oh my God, that person that was in school, or that person in my first job, or they were narcissists or sociopaths or psychopaths, or they had some toxic personality disorder. Like, you know, you start to recognize, oh, that friend that you was around, they had it as well. And you start to see how many people have it. And all of these lot were aiming for our downfall. All of these lot were aiming and plotting for our downfall. That's all, like, this is what regulates their emotions. This is how effed up they are. You know, they can't generally be happy for someone else, you know. And all of us know the tendencies of, if I'm being open and honest here, you know, if you see someone doing well and your life's not going so well, you'll have certain tendencies that will make you think in your head, oh, why is things going well for them and not for me, right? But this is maximized, like, if that's the right word, is to a whole nother level of crazy in their minds, of not wanting you to progress. I'm just talking about the little tendencies that we might even have as empaths and chosen ones, that if you can imagine, you know, if you see someone doing well in life, you see someone bettering themselves, and then you have a slight, not envy, but you have a slight tendency towards, oh, why are they doing what, like that, right, in your mind? Because we're human, we have that, right? You need to oppose that. You just generally need to be happy for people. You see someone driving a nice car, you say to yourself, you know what, like, I'm gonna get a nice car one day. I don't want to get your car. I don't want you to crash your car. I don't want you to, I'm gonna get a nice car one day. Or I'm gonna get a nice house, or I'm gonna have children, or I'm gonna have this, or I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna do my own way. You know, like, you don't get resentful over other people's stuff. But even if you have a slight tendency, I want you to understand the mindset of a narcissist. If you can understand that slight tendency towards not being genuinely happy for someone else, then you wanna add 100% or more. You know, you wanna add a whole heap load of that same tendency to the equation. And that's the mindset of the narcissist. That's what you have to understand about the narcissist. They don't want to see your development. They don't want to see you shine. They don't want to see you evolve. They don't want to see you get richer. They don't want to see you become more powerful. They don't want to see you get stronger. They don't want to see, and I don't mean strength within lifting weights. I mean strength in being more resilient, being able to withstand more pain. Like, they don't want to see you be able to go through dramas of life and troubles of life and the trials and tribulations. They don't want to see you be able to withstand this. They want to see you crumble at the first hurdle. They want to see you break down. And that's why they tried to make your life miserable. And that's why they was aiming from the get-go, from day one, from day dot, to break you down for some reason, which I believe is because they're infiltrated by the enemy. These dusty weirdos are infiltrated by the enemy, and they have a preoccupied mind and way of thinking which makes them internalize and wish misery upon others. But like that saying says, misery loves company. So they like having your company around, but they like you to be miserable just like they are. Because, you know, even if they get the new car, even if they get, you know, the big house, loving wife, loving husband, whatever, kids, whatever, they have everything they want. They get rich. They'll still be envious and looking at other people who have more than them and be resentful. And they can even be resentful to people that have less than them. That's why a lot of these people that we've encountered in our lives, not even just romantically, but like, we might have less than them in life, right? We might have less than them. We might not have as much money as them. We might not have a nicer car than them. Or a car's a car, but I'm saying we might not have a flashy car, or like, but they're still resentful over what we have within. They're resentful from what we have within us. And it angers them to see us with this strength that we have, and this determination, and our mindset, and the way we conduct ourselves. Like, they'll get resentful over that. And this is what I'm saying, like, when we go back to the very beginning of when we first met the narcissist, when we was just unaware, right? They didn't want to see you get to the point where you're at now, of understanding how sick and twisted these dusty little weirdos are. They didn't ever want you to understand the severity of the situation. They never wanted you to understand it. They want you to stay there broken, wishing for them back, missing them, all of that. They never anticipated that you would grow and evolve. That's another thing which they're stupid. They don't look beyond the end of their nose. They don't realize that when they put someone through such a turbulent time, such a painful time, that you're actually going to evolve and grow, because you've got God with you. You've got the universe with you. You're going to develop. You're going to get stronger. And I made a video about that yesterday, I believe. Yeah, it was called "You See How the Breakup with the Narcissist Works in Your Favor." I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. But like, they don't realize that we've got God on our side. We've got the universe on our side, and we'll grow in strength. You know, we'll grow and evolve and become better. And all of this envy and hatred and wishing for our downfall, and all of the stuff that they were wishing on, like misery in our lives, only backfires and blows up in their face. It backfires and blows up in their face, man. Because we become something like version 2.0. After we encounter these people, we have a new heightened sense of discernment. We have a newfound spirit. We become stronger. We become more resilient. We evolve to such high degrees, and we're also ascending in the spiritual realm. We're ascending higher as well. We're ascending higher as well. Like, they're staying in the same place. They're still in the same place. The mindset that they had when they was with you, check them 5 or 6 years later, they'll be the same individual. They might have a few traits of other people, other suppliers that they've been with and stuff like that. They might have a few more diseases, and you know what I'm saying, they might, you know what I mean, like, but ultimately they're the same pitiful, dusty weirdo that they always once was, that is still wishing misery for others. So you just need to understand and have at the forefront of your mind, like I said, and it needs to be ingrained in you to understand that this person was never your soulmate. They were never your lover. They were never your companion. They were never your other half. They never wished well for you. They never wanted what's well for you. Don't believe the lies of them telling you, oh, you know, I'm sorry it didn't work out. It was you, it was me. All this crap that they come out with, like, you know, trying to cover up the tracks of their toxic behavior. Don't believe none of it for a second. They always had ill intent for you. They always wished misery for you. They always wished for your downfall. They come into your life to just try and destroy someone who's a chosen one, who's highly intuitive, who's a being of light, and they wanted to dim your light. They wanted to dim your shine. They wanted to turn your light off. You know, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to leave you in darkness. They wanted to turn your light off and leave you in darkness because they're in darkness. They want what happens to them. Like, they can't generally be happy for other people. And I remember this, and I mentioned it in a video a little while back. But, like, I remember I come out of my house and I saw a friend in a new car, and I was genuinely happy for him. But I walked away from the conversation and I said, if I was in that new car, like, people wouldn't be generally happy for me. Like, I was genuinely happy for him. I was like, oh, look at you, that's a nice car, bro. Like, Like, I was generally happy. But other people just aren't like that. Other people are sour, bitter, twisted. They're generally not happy for you. Schadenfreude in German. It's wishing misery upon others. Someone mentioned that in the comments recently as well. Not recently, but a little while back. Like, Schadenfreude, I've heard of it before. It's true. Like, this is, a lot of people have this Schadenfreude mindset where you just wish ill upon others. And it's not just narcissists that have it. It's not just narcissists. It can be your business partner. It can be your friend. It can be, you know, they're generally not happy to see your life progress. And they're generally not happy to see you evolve. So I know this video was about they were never your lover and the narcissist aims to destroy you. But I want you to understand that it happens from other people too that may not necessarily be on the severity of the spectrum of a narcissist. But they're still toxic in general, and they still don't have genuine happy thoughts for you, and they don't wish well for you. Like, it can happen from all around us, and you start to recognize this the more you heal, the more you get on with your journey, and the more that you get further down the path of healing, you'll start to see other people, so-called friends, people from your past. You'll start to see these people who never, ever really wished good for me. They only wish for my downfall. And when you hit a bad period, they rejoice. You know, but they don't understand that when we hit these bad patches in life, we actually propel forward from them. It makes us stronger, especially a chosen one and an empath. We hit some real, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, our life. We hit some real dark times, but believe you me, it works out in our favor. And not a lot of people understand how we flip turn negatives into positives. So anyway, thank you for watching today. There's a bug on me. Sorry. Thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link on the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.